Om, Om, Om. Let us pay our respects to Patanjali Maharshi. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarottam Pravaram Munina Patanjalim Pranjalim Anatosmi Nityam Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. My humble pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to today's session of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. I am not a Pandita, I am not a Jnani, I am not a Guru. I am just a seeker, sadhaka. I am conducting this study hour as a means for my learning. I am referring to few books, making some notes and making it available to you. If I make any mistakes, please forgive me. We are in chapter number 1, Sutra number 45. So far, we have seen 44 sutras. Today, in this session, we are going to study Sutra number 45. In Sutra number 44, it talks about Savichara and Nirvichara Samapatti. In Sutra number 42 and 43, it talks about Savitarka and Nirvitarka Samapatti. 42 Sutra is about Savitarka Samprajnata Samadhi. 43 Sutra is about Nirvitarka Samprajnata Samadhi. And 44 is about Savichara and Nirvichara. So just to refresh your memory, Savitarka and Nirvitarka Samprajnata Samadhi is about Dharana Dhyana Samadhi on gross objects. And Savichara and Nirvichara are the Dharana Dhyana Samadhi of subtle objects. In Sutra number 45, Sage Patanjali is going to talk about the subtle objects. So let us repeat the Sutra number 45. Sukshma Vishayatvam Chalinga Paryavasanam. Sukshma Vishayatvam Cha Alinga Paryavasanam. It means the Sukshma Vishayas, what we are talking about, what is their limit? Meaning, what is their extension? They are extended up to Moola Prakriti, Alinga, Moola Prakriti, Paryavasana. Up to Moola Prakriti, they are extended. The Sukshma Vishayas are up to Moola Prakriti. That is the Sutra. So to explain this, Vyasa Bhashya. We are studying Patanjali Yoga Sutra in the light of Vyasa Bhashya. So what Sri Vyasa Bhashya says, I'm not going to read out the Sanskrit Vyasa Bhashya, I'm only going to give the English translation of that. The earth element, Prithvi Tattva, is the subtle aspect of earth element is Gandha, meaning the smell. Smell aspect is the Prithvi Tattva, subtle aspect of the Prithvi Tattva. See, we have Panchabhutas. Prithvi means earth. Jala means water, water element. Fire, Agni Tattva, fire element. Vayu Tattva, wind element. And Akasha Tattva, space element. These are the 5 Pancha Bhutas, gross 5 elements. Each gross element has a subtle element associated with it. Prithvi Tattva, subtle element of Prithvi Tattva is Gandha, smell. Subtle element of water element is Rasa Tattva, taste. And subtle aspect of fire element, Tejas is Rupa, form. The fire element subtle aspect is form. And subtle aspect of wind element is touch. And subtle aspect of space element, Akasha Tattva, subtle aspect is sound, Shabda. And all these, if you see, they are evolution from Akasha to Vayu, Vayu to Agni, Agni to Jala, Jala to Prithvi. This is the evolution. We have talked about this evolution, Sankhya evolution. First is the Pradhana or the Moola Tattva, Moola Prakriti, which is made up of Sattva, Rajas, Tamo Gunas. That is what is mentioned as Alinga in this sutra. Moola Prakriti evolves into Mahatattva. Mahatattva evolves into Ahankara. Ahankara evolves into all these one by one. Now, each one is associated with a Sukshma element. So, we have talked about 5 elements. Earth, Sukshma is Gandha. Like that we have talked already. Now, Akasha's subtle aspect you can find in Mahatattva. Subtle Akasha. Akash Tattva's subtlety is Mahatattva. Ahankara. Akasha Tattva's subtle aspect is Ahankara. And Ahankara's subtle, if you make it further subtle, it is Mahatattva. That is called linga matra. Mahatattva is the linga matra. And subtle aspect than Mahatattva is the alinga. It is also known as Moola Prakriti, root matter. The root from which the entire evolution has happened. The matter, evolutes of the matter has come about. It is called alinga, subtlest. It is the most subtle. And Vyasa Bhashya says, there is nothing subtler than Moola Prakriti. There is nothing subtler than Alinga. And he also says that this raises a question, a doubt. Some say Purusha is subtler than Moola Prakriti. Purusha is the spirit, Chetana, the consciousness is subtler than Moola Prakriti. True, Vyasa Bhashya says it is true. Purusha is subtler than Moola Prakriti. But we are not talking in that sense. We are talking in the sense of Upadana Karana, meaning the material cause. The Purusha is the Nimitta Karana, intelligent cause, not the material cause of the universe. Universe is made up of matter and spirit. That is, matter is called Prakriti, spirit is called Purusha. Prakriti, there is a Pradhana or Moola Prakriti. That is the Upadana Karana, that is the material cause. This is as per yoga philosophy, also as well as Sankhya philosophy. Pradhana, Moola Prakriti is the material cause. Moola Prakriti has three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. They are in balanced state. They get disturbed and they get in different combinations, and various evolutions happen of the Prakriti. Prakriti takes different combinations of Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, takes different forms, evolves into different things. First is the Mahatattva. From Mahatattva, further evolution happens, becomes Ahankara to Tanmatras to Panchabhutas. This is the evolution. And separate from this material cause, matter, is the consciousness, awareness, the spirit. That is called Purusha. Purusha is subtler than the matter, true, but matter has not evolved from the Purusha. This is the yoga philosophy. Purusha, the spirit, is not the material cause of the matter. It is intelligent cause. It is the it is higher than matter, but controls the matter, but matter did not come out of Purusha. Purusha is not the material cause of the matter. It is not Upadana Karana. Purusha is not the Upadana Karana of the Prakriti. It is only Nimitta Karana as per yoga philosophy. Therefore, in this sutra, it is appropriate to say that Alinga, which is the Moola Prakriti, is the most subtle aspect, subtlest thing of all the Sukshma Vishayas. Of all the subtle objects, Moola Prakriti is the subtlest object. That is appropriate to say, because even though the spirit is subtler than Moola Prakriti, it is not matter. Therefore, it is not told that Purusha is the subtler than Prakriti. That way, we are only saying Moola Prakriti is the most subtle thing. So in this, if you see, if you remember, in Kathopanishad, in the Kathopanishad, there is a mantra. Indriyebhyah parahyartha ardebhyascha param manah manasastu parabuddhir buddher atma mahan parah mahatah paramavyaktam paramavyaktam avyaktat purushah parah purushanna para kinchit sa kashta sa paragati. Here it is clearly told in Kathopanishad. This is as per Vedanta. Kathopanishad means it is a Upanishad. Whatever is told in the Upanishad is Vedanta. As per Vedanta, slightly different from yogic philosophy and Sankhya philosophy. As per Vedanta, consciousness is everything, is the only thing that is there. Everything else is an appearance. So what he is saying is, in Kathopanishad, subtler than sense organs, indriyas, are the sense objects, and subtler than that is the mind, manas, and subtler than manas is buddhi, intellect. Subtler than buddhi is mahan, mahatattva, mahan. Subtler than mahatattva is the avyakta, and avyakta is the alinga that we are talking about, the moola prakriti or prakriti. Subtler than avyakta is the purushaha, the consciousness, and there is nothing higher than purusha. Sa kashta sa paragati. Purusha is the highest. Consciousness is the highest. This is Vedanta. So what there is more or less similar, what yoga, more or less. Only thing is, in yoga or Sankhya, there are two realities, the matter and the spirit. Matter is independent reality than spirit. Whatever you see, material world comes out of the matter, and spirit consciousness is there. That is Sankhya and Yoga. That is their thought process. Whereas in Vedanta, the most subtle is the consciousness. Consciousness is, if you want to look at it, is the both upadana karana and nimitta karana of the world. Both the material cause as well as the efficient cause, intelligent cause. So that is the Vedanta for you. Okay. That's only, see, ultimately, whether you follow yoga, Sankhya, or Vedanta, more or less, it's all, you have to understand that you are consciousness, you are not matter. If you understand that point, it doesn't matter whether you are following yoga philosophy or Vedanta philosophy. You are matter, you are consciousness, and you are unattached to matter. That's what you have to understand. You are asangaha. Of course, yoga philosophy says, Sankhya says, Purusha is somehow attached to the matter, Prakriti, and got bewildered. But in Vedanta, the you don't use the word Purusha, you use the word Atma. Purusha also you use. Atma is Asanga. There is no point at which Atma has a Sangha with the matter. It's only an appearance, if you want to understand it. So, you take a purist approach or whatever approach you want to take, please understand that you are spirit, you are Atma, you are Purusha, you are not matter, you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect, you are pure consciousness, Shivaswarupi. If you understand this much, that is sufficient. It will, what will you gain by saying that or understand that? You know, if you say I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, there are a lot of problems. There is fear, there is anxiety, what will happen to me? There are desires, etc. But once you say, I'm not the body, mind, intellect, actually you have to understand, feel, and say that. I'm not the body, mind, intellect. I am pure consciousness. The consciousness in me, I am the consciousness, the spirit. Now, if you position yourself as spirit, see, you position yourself as spirit and tell me, do you have any problems? No problems. So, position yourself as the spirit. Thank you very much. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu.